Welcome to ARMS. Let's start with the basics again. Hello, everybody. My name is Luigi here to you, and welcome back to the ARMS Global Testpunch. I kept saying test fire in the previous episode, and I feel kind of dumb for saying that. But anyway, this is our second Global Testpunch because Nintendo decided to include a bunch of new stuff within the second demo. So I decided, you know what, I'm just going to make a second video describing everything that was new. Originally, I was going to re-edit the first video to include this new stuff, but then I figured, you know what, that video was already done editing before the second Global Testpunch even happened, so I'm just going to make a second video. So, yay, more work for me. Now, a couple things are going to be different during this Global Testpunch, and the big thing that you're going to see that's different is the fact that we're playing as a different character. Last time I played with Ribbon Girl and Min Min, which Min Min is still the best character, let's be honest. But I decided to play as Twintelle this time around because, by popular demand, she was included within the second Global Testpunch. So, yeah, it's pretty obvious that the ARMS community has, like, absolutely fallen in love with Twintelle, and I can certainly see why, because she is awesome, but we'll get more into that a little bit later. Now, you're going to see something else that's going to be a little bit different. I think this changes later on because I switched controller schemes. But I tried using the control scheme where you hold the Joy-Cons vertically and use those to punch with motion controls. And I got a little bit more used to it than last time. In the previous episode, I said that, I'm saying it as if this is a Let's Play. In the previous episode, I was talking about how I wasn't really that big of a fan of the motion controls in this game, which is really weird because I love motion controls, and pretty much everybody has fallen in love with the motion controls in this game. Which, let me just rant about that real quick. Why is it that everybody hates Skyward Sword's controls, but I love them? But everybody loves ARMS motion controls, but I'm not really that big of a fan of them. I just like how backwards that is. But anyway, yeah, motion controls. The thing I didn't really like about them was the fact that you have to kind of tilt them around to move, and trying to curve the controllers to curve your punches. That was a little hard to get used to. Over time, I did get used to it, but I think I still switched back to the control scheme I applied with the previous Global Testpunch, where I had the Joy-Cons held sideways. That's another thing I'd like to talk about, the reason why I'm using that control scheme. At the time that I'm recording this video, I don't have a Pro Controller, nor do I have a second set of Joy-Cons. My sister was helping me record footage of the first Global Testpunch, so we were both controlling the game with the Joy-Cons held sideways. And I guess I just got used to that control scheme, and it's a bit harder for me to adapt to another one. Again, over time, I'm sure I'm going to get used to it. I fell in love with this game a lot more than I did during the first Global Testpunch, I'll just say that right now. Because there were a couple of new things in this demo that they introduced that they didn't have in the previous one that I liked way more than the other Global Testpunch, and I'm really happy that they included that. And right here, let me just say, Twintelle KOing somebody by slapping them is like the most unnecessarily epic thing ever. Twintelle versus Min Min. Now, one thing you're going to notice that's a little bit different is the fact that this video is widescreen. Most of my videos are not 16 by 9, I think that's the proper term. The reason for that is because the TV I use in my office, it can go to 1080p, but for whatever reason I can only record in 480p. I'm not entirely sure why, because the TV I have in my living room, that can go up to, I can record in 1080p just fine on that, and I accidentally recorded in HD during this video. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload it in HD because it takes freaking forever to export anything in HD on Windows Movie Maker. Like, seriously, I had a 1-minute clip that I was trying to export in HD, and it took like 3 hours to export. It was like, what the heck? But going back to the video, Twintelle, what makes her unique compared to the other fighters is the fact that she doesn't punch people with her hands. She punches people with her hair. So, she's kind of like Bayonetta in that sense, where she uses her hair as her weapon. Well, I guess you could also use Shantae as a You know what? Sante's also probably a better example to go by because because both characters are African American. Which, let me just say, that is awesome that they have an African American female character in this game. You don't really see a whole lot of characters like that out there. And I'm really happy that just how diverse the cast is for ARMS. Like, I'm really happy that they have such great diversity in this game. Twintelle is awesome. I'll just say that right now. Like, the way that she uses her hair to punch people is like the definition of feminine awesomeness. In the lore of Splatoon, not Splatoon, in the lore of ARMS, she's like a big, epic movie star. So you can like certainly tell in her character design, the way she walks, that she's like the top-named movie star in the world. And what I like to imagine is that Ribbon Girl and Min Min kind of like look up to Twintelle as like some kind of awesome role model or something like that, because like Twintelle is like really cool. So right there, you notice that I kind of wasted my super attack on the guy. Like you can use her seal to block it, so it's best to use your super attack at a point where they can't really dodge or anything like that. He likes to scream, it's funny. And she's French. Twintelle is also French. That is just awesome. And right here, we're going to see another new thing that was added into the Global Testpunch, Skill Shot. The only modes that you could play during the previous one was the fighting, and I believe it was called V-Ball. This is Skill Shot. How this works is it's basically break the targets from Super Smash Brothers, but you can attack your opponents as well. You can punch them to stun them for a moment. You can throw them, which will really throw them off. So this is a very strategic minigame, and I like it. There's a lot of strategy going on with this one. And like this is just one of those things where like I instantly fell in love with it when I started playing. So this was a really fun minigame to play. I liked V-Ball during the first one, but it's not something that I could see myself going back to over and over and over again, like I could see myself playing with this one. And another thing that's worth mentioning is the fact that there was another mode that was available during this one, but it never appeared when I was playing. There's hoops, where you grab your opponent and you throw them down a basketball hoop. That never appeared when I played, so I'm unfortunately unable to demonstrate it in this video. Which is also kind of funny, because during the James Rose video for the Global Testpunch, Skill Shot never appeared for him either, so like, you can see Skill Shot in mine, but not Hoops, but you can see Hoops in his, but not Skill Shot. And the final match we'll be playing is something that's really cool, a boss fight. And let me just say, this guy's name is like the greatest thing ever. His name is Headlock, and he's a literal head. I just love that so much. How this works is a Headlock will have a bunch of arms, which could be, I believe he has like 6 arms or something like that, which he'll be using to attack everybody at once. And the really cool thing is that if you look closely at them, you can see that they're actually possessing one of the ARMS characters. Like right here during this match, Headlock is possessing, I believe, Min Min. There was another match that I was recording where he possessed Ribbon Girl, but I don't want to show that footage because it's an absolute disaster. The thing about the boss fights is you have to work together well. If somebody activates a super attack, you don't want to use your grab on them, because then it will throw them away and it will completely waste your teammates' super attack. So there's a lot of strategy and cooperation with the Headlock battles. I'm not sure if this is going to be the only boss in ARMS. I can't imagine that being the case, but that's probably going to be the case. But again, I might be wrong about this, because at the time this video is being recorded, I have not... ARMS hasn't come out yet. Alright, so that's going to be it for the ARMS Global Testpunch. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see more of these, I'm going to have a playlist in the during the end screen if you want to check out more of these videos. ARMS is coming out this Friday, so look forward to that. I'm probably not going to make videos on the game for a little while, but until next time, Lady Gear to you. Oh yeah. Min Min is still the best character.